These men are my bodyguards. Their lives forfeit to the guarantee of my physical safety. Of their loyalty to me there shall be no question nor doubt. I, and I alone, shall have the authority to stand in judgment over them. No other commander shall they have in battle nor in service. None shall bar them from me, and none shall hamper or stall their mission. So it is decreed.
The Adeptus Custodes, the 10,000, the Men of Gold. They are the Emperor's personal guard. Rumoured to have been forged by the guiding hand that is the saviour of mankind, these genetically engineered transhumans are the peak of humanity. Clad in golden Oromite power armour, the very same alloy used for the Emperor's own armour, and wielding weapons granted to them by their benefactor, these demigod guardians are afforded access to some of the most dangerous technology and secrets the Imperium has to offer, far outclassing the superhuman warriors that make up the Adeptus Astartes. The Adeptus Custodes are to Space Marines as to what Space Marines are to the Imperial Guard. In a universe where Space Marines are referred to as the Emperor's Angels, compared to a Custodes, they represent a mass production of super soldiers that serve as a bulwark of the defense of mankind. The Custodes have stood at the side of the Emperor of mankind for 10,000 years, most of them personally. Not only are they godlike superhumans with combat prowess that can stand toe-to-toe with nearly any heretic, Xenos, or demon in the setting, they are also intellectuals, philosophers, artists, and perhaps the greatest attribute they can boast: companions of the Emperor himself. To act as a confidant to a godlike being who has lived for tens of thousands of years, it is an accolade that not many can lay claim to. Imagine, if you will, your current life and age. How much do you personally have in common with someone 10 years your junior? Music? Media? Current affairs? If you are 28 years of age and you work with a person 18 years of age, chances are you have some different world perspectives. Are you in full-time employment? Are they still in education? Now, these differences could be simple and barely change your world perspectives, but it is very likely your personal experiences do differ. Now, increase that time difference by 50 years. How much do you have in common with someone 50 years your junior? Say, for the sake of this example, you are immortal, or, in the world of 40k, a perpetual. Now, try 100 years difference. 1,000. 10,000. See where I'm going with this? For the Custodes to be considered personal companions of the Emperor, their significance to his plans and to be privy to his thoughts aren't just impressive, they are exclusive. Very few in the darkness of this terrifying galaxy can make that claim. The Emperor of mankind has no equal. However, the Custodes could very well be what he considers some of the closest things in the galaxy to being capable of truly understanding his vision. They are the word of the Emperor. What they say should be digested by the mind and acted upon as if the Emperor himself spoke the words. So, when Adeptus Custodes Shield Captain Tyvar tells you to drop your fucking gun, you drop your fucking gun.
Shield Captain, began Geryon, the voice of a man who finds him suddenly attempting to defuse a bomb for Decima. Sliding her own hand down to the pommel of her executioner's great blade, in her peripheral vision, she saw her sisters following her lead. "You are not to address me, Geryon," said Tyvar, his voice cold and hard as adamantine. "You do not look at me, nor at any of these faithful servants of the Emperor. You are tainted by heresy, and you will be detained, along with all of your battle brothers, until an appropriate fate can be determined." A spasm of anger ran across Geryon's blunt features, but was swiftly hidden behind his usual guarded mask. "Shield Captain, we do not know the chapter has truly turned," he said. "This may be a mistake, some machination of the enemy.
We may have brethren even now fighting to restore the honor of the brazen drakes on that world. We should aid them, not abandon them. You ask us to condemn our comrades, even ourselves without recourse to proof. I am not in the habit of betraying my battle brothers. And I am not in the habit of repeating myself, Tyvar replied. Disarm. Command your brothers throughout the fleet to do likewise. Understand the lenience I show you in this, for your chapter is confirmed Hereticus Diabolus Extremis. The designation scrolled across the hololith, repeating beneath the damning seal of the Order Hereticus. It could not be an error. They all knew it, even Geryon. I've seen a few people make the comment that all Captain Geryon did was defend his brothers in chapter, and Shield Captain Tyvar's response was a massive overreaction. By our own rules and sense of common decency, they would be right. But this is 40k. They live by different rules, different lived experiences, and thus different actions must be taken. To Shield Captain Tyvar, he likely remembers all too well the chaos and devastation of the Horus Heresy, and of what traitor Astartes are truly capable of. And more than that, of the Adeptus Custodes' greatest shame, the fall of the Emperor of mankind. It wasn't mutants or Xenos that did this, it was humanity turned in on itself that brought the Imperium to its knees, and evidently, Shield Captain Tyvar does not forget. In the wise words of Ben Affleck's Batman, if we believe there is even 1% chance that he is our enemy, we have to take it as an absolute. Shield Captain Tyvar is not taking risks. That small protest from Captain Geryon, a small protest against, in this universe, a literal command from the Emperor, is more than enough to justify Shield Captain Tyvar's suspicions of heresy. So, when Tyvar claims he is being lenient, it is no exaggeration. 3 opportunities he gave the Brazen Drakes. Opportunity number 1. Apprehend these traitors. Even if this can be seen as an indirect command to the Astartes themselves, the Space Marines are beyond smart enough to understand the meaning and to comply without any hesitation. Opportunity number 2. You are tainted by heresy and you will be detained, along with all of your battle brothers, until an appropriate fate can be determined. It doesn't take much to see how the Brazen Drakes have been given the benefit of the doubt here. They are to be detained until an appropriate judgment can be passed. They have personally done nothing wrong. It is far from unheard of for not all Space Marines of a Legion or a chapter to be tainted by corruption. Opportunity number 3. I am not in the habit of repeating myself, Tyvar replied. Disarm. Command your brothers throughout the fleet to do likewise. Understand the lenience I show you in this, for your chapter is confirmed Hereticus Diabolus Extremis. Shield Captain Tyvar is spelling it out here as clear as day. I won't repeat myself again. I'm giving you a chance. Comply. I have seen a lot of discussion on how Shield Captain Tyvar and Captain Geryon have both been written as hasty, narrow-minded, and to an extent, moronic. And I can only half agree. Captain Geryon is absolutely not the brightest bulb in the shed during all of this. From the moment the command was given, he should have had himself and his brothers comply. End of story. Whatever weapons we wield, whatever deeds we perform, they are justified. Without us, the Golden Throne would fall, and without the Emperor to guide them, humanity would follow. Shield Captain Tyvar, on the other hand, in my opinion, is calculating, composed, and resolute. The author has no need to write down this stuff specifically, though it wouldn't cause any harm. It should be read in the words that the Shield Captain says. 3 times Tyvar tries to talk them down, and only after the 4th outburst from the Brazen Drakes does the Custodes Captain give them a 4th option. Death. You give us no chance to speak in our defense, cried one of Geryon's brothers, no longer able to hold his silence. These sins are not ours to account for. We have fought loyally and done no wrong, and now... The gunshots rang out across the bridge.
their thunder in the silence like a hammer taken to a pane of glass. The brazen drake who had spoken was thrown flat on his back by the tight burst of mass-reactive bolts. At so close a range, even power armor could not resist their fury. Blood sprayed grey shields, deck crew and consuls alike.
Shield Captain Tyvar has no qualms with putting down an entire chapter showing signs of heresy. He was very likely there the day the Emperor ordered the purge of the Thunder Warriors, of whom, by all intents and purposes, were just as loyal as the Brazen Drakes claimed to be. To the Custodes, this purge and the purge of the Thunder Warriors 10,000 years ago are one and the same, for the Emperor.
"Brothers, we are betrayed," he roared into his Gorgit's vox mic, throwing himself sideways as he reached for his own Drake-embossed power sword. "Consider all outside our chapter hostile. Seize the fleet." "The heretical gene seed within your bodies is its own condemnation," Tyvar replied. "I am Custodes. I speak with the Emperor's voice. Were you loyal, you would have set down your weapons and accepted your guilt. But you side with your brothers before the Emperor, as the Adeptus Astartes always have."
It's in these moments that everything comes together. Shield Captain Tyvar has seen the patterns. Given the Primaris opportunity to comply on multiple occasions, Captain Geryon then proves the Custodes captain right by taking up arms. And finally, Shield Captain Tyvar spells it out to the Captain Geryon. "I am the voice of the Emperor. If you were loyal, you would have surrendered. You live for the Emperor, not your brothers. You chose every wrong path, and now die for it. It is time they faced the consequences of their actions." Thank you everyone for watching this video. I just have to say I am overwhelmed by the response my first video got. I never expected this kind of positive reaction so soon, if ever. I've enjoyed the comments and feedback from you guys and hope that I am able to improve as I continue making videos for you to enjoy should you wish to. I'm very much looking forward to learning more of the 40k universe as I do this, and the community has been a major part in reigniting my interest for the IP that I was so enraptured by as a child. Please like this video if you liked it, subscribe to see more, and start a conversation down in the comments section below.
Let's feed the warp god of algorithms.
I do have a Patreon linked in the description under the video. For only £1 a month you can support the channel. I currently have a goal of bringing out one video a week and I hope I can provide that for you guys. Thank you all so much once again for the support, my friends. And ta for now.